And we're good.
Yep. We're going?
Yep.
All right. I'm here with Brock Flemming from the Canadian Football Institute. Brock, how did you feel about today?
I think today was fantastic. This is our third year doing it, and I thought it went a lot smoother. We added a bit more time to make sure we got all the drills in, and the kids came to perform. We had a lot of other coaches and scouts here to take a look, and everybody was raving about how smooth it went. All the drills were easily accessible, easily viewable by everybody, and the talent we have in Ottawa is really second to none.
That's awesome. How did you get into coaching? How'd you make that? How's that transition been from obviously playing at like a fairly high university level to where you are now?
I was fortunate enough to have gone and basically played every level of football except for the NFL. And after my CFL career was done, there was a lot of things when I look back at my career that I would have liked to have had the opportunity to change, or at least have opportunities that I would have taken advantage of. And that led to creating the CFI Institute, and we kind of started with some combine stuff that was accessible to everybody, because I knew a lot of people didn't have money to do it, and a lot of guys that I played with who were really good didn't have that opportunity to get a university degree because of it. And then that sort of rolled into the technique-specific stuff when it comes to offensive linemen, which again, I never got that opportunity to be taught when I was younger. So basically, I kind of looked at 14-year-old Brock and said, what would I have liked him to be able to learn, and what would have helped him better in his career? And that's kind of where this all sort of evolved, and that's what I felt like it's my duty to kind of give back and to help the next generation of kids.
Is that why you guys specify with the offensive and defensive linemen? Because you feel like that's an area that doesn't get enough focus in terms of building fundamentals and developing players upwards?
100%. Actually, we just started our gear line, we call it clothing line sort of thing, to get the word out, but we've partnered.
You can see it right here.
Yeah, that's an older one. We got the Hoggy Hangout going, but we've partnered with Unsung Hero, and part of that was because they're an up-and-coming brand in Ottawa. But the whole slogan Unsung Hero is kind of pertains to linemen in football. When you're watching football or you're playing fantasy football, the normal armchair guy doesn't care whatsoever about the linemen. But people who know football know that the linemen, offense and defense, run the show.
Yeah.
And the game goes based on how your linemen go.
One line of scrimmage.
So it's been a perfect relationship in that sense, but the technique and whatnot is very overlooked when it comes to offensive linemen. So there's just not a lot of time to work on it usually, and it's very much overlooked. So for us to be able to come in and get the kids early and really work on their base from the ground up has been phenomenal, and the results have proven as such.
Yeah, it's kind of almost interesting the way that we talk about offensive lines when looking like at the professional level. It's like you talk about an offensive line unit in the same way as you talk about a single wide receiver. It's like they're one player. It's either you have a bad offensive line or you have a good offensive line. You're somewhere in the middle, rather than like, okay, let's look in, let's break down like how good are the tackles, how good is the guard and the center and things like that.
Yeah, and that's part of the difficulty when it comes to offensive linemen. So other than the quarterback, and even quarterbacks, there's a quarterback coach here, Wayne Jacobs, that does his guys, and he'll be the first to say that the offensive linemen have to learn more than the quarterback.
100%.
But not only are you responsible for your own job, but you have to know what the other four guys are doing. So it really is a unit. So you're only as good as your weakest link. So the fact that they kind of generalize and say your offensive line as a whole, that's kind of the entity of how an offensive line works anyway. The problem with the offensive line is you never ever hear a single person's name unless it's a penalty, or you've given up a sack or something like that. That's when you get singled out. So as an offensive lineman,
stats there.
You don't want your name anywhere in the press.
Absolutely. One last question.
You bet.
I'm 23 years old. I got tendonitis in my right knee. I ran a 5.40 today. Jumped 25 and a half inches.
5.4.
5.4? Oh, was it 5.4? Oh, okay. It was a 5.440 today. And my question is, do I have a future in football, or am I done? Do I have to hang him up?
Your body type and your stats at this point sort of pertain to guys like myself who are pushing 40 and used to have a career. So I think you're pretty much past that prime.
All right. Well, it's good to know that I finally have to put that to bed, and it's good to know that we've got guys like you and Scott and everybody else here at the CFI that are looking into the future of football and making sure that people are being developed properly around the line of scrimmage. So thank you so much for what you do, and thanks for this interview.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Not a problem.